Hello from Bali. This is the podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about criminology and let's start with the definition.
Criminology is a science which relates how the crime was committed, what in the mind of the person who made something bad, and is there any conditions which could be destroyed and maybe we'll have less crime on the territory. This science was very developed by several scientists, and one of them is Cesare Beccaria, and he wrote a very famous book about crimes and punishments, and he make a lot of classifications, and now it is used in modern criminology as a main book.
And when we actually look into the skill of the criminology, is it something that special agencies should be possessed, or it also might be applied, let's say, in a corporate life, in a personal life, or even, like when we do ourselves trying to defend or figure out something in our digital lives?
I always saying on all skills, if you know something, you could use it in your life. So criminology for sure will help police to catch criminals and maybe to someone in criminal area to find who was the rat. I don't know how to say mole or rat, crot. How to say in.
Mole or rat, actually both good, depending
It's
on the
okay.
status.
Okay. So when I was working as a head of economical security of Alpha Bank in Ukraine, I also was using a lot of things and statuses from criminology. I was lucky to learn it in business law department when I was in institute or university, and some of the tricks is very useful. For example, sometimes we got an anonymous letter from someone with envelope, with post stamp, and so on. So we use so-called silk powder. As this is pink or something like this color. It could be applied to the paper, and suddenly you will see fingerprints. And those fingerprints could be scanned and checked through the database of fingerprints of people who, for example, trespass the border in airport. And in such way, you could find a person who wrote this. Yes, maybe it's also not so lawful, не совсем законно. Lawful, yes? Not so lawful.
Not really legal.
Not really legal, thank you. So if you have connections in those cycles, like custom office and something like this, you could use it. And for example, sometimes you will create interrogation of some people, for example, system administrators. If there is a sudden ransomware was found on the computer, or maybe it was like a hacker attack, and you should talk with too many people. Some of them will say, yes, we do everything as it is described in our instructions. But then you will find in the logs of the servers that something was not done properly and maybe was not done at all. And now you should think how to give this information to the court. So if you will just ask police, oh, we have some problem, could you please help us? Police will come, and if they have something more urgent, they will apply more forces to crimes which could be much easier discovered, or which is attract more journalists or even television. But if you will prepare everything as hot pie, it is ready to eat, police will say, oh, thank you, you are giving us a real case and I will help you.
And let's say the crime was committed and the police or like any other institutional agencies arrived at the scene, how they should go about, like securing the perimeter, whether it's again like a digital or physical, to make sure that secured enough to have like all of the clues untouched, yet they don't really go and take the big area, because like when the bigger the area, the more the effort is needed to discover everything. And it probably also will increase the chance for some major clues to be destroyed. So what might be the procedures, or even I would say like a mindset or approach, in order to, like put a glass dome on the situation and make sure that you keep everything as it is?
You know, you used a very nice phrase, glass dome, but it never happened. When you will see TV series or some kind of movies, you will find that there are kinologists will come with hunting dogs. There would be a lot of people with gloves, and they will very attentively to make photo of everything you will find. But I'm involved right now, I don't know exactly, maybe in 30 criminal cases on different stages. And, you know, it's happened on several scenarios. First, we making a call because my client is saying, what can we do because something was stolen from my office, and we make call to police, and police will say, anybody hurt, anybody killed? No. Then come to police station and you will write the report. And when you will come to write the report, you will maybe expect that someone will talk with you and will ask questions and write down something on the paper. No, it would go in just opposite way. You will be asked to fulfill at least two papers from two sides, and no one will sit together with you, and you will see that maybe like 20 or even 50 people making all the same because policemen are too busy. You know, if I was a policeman, maybe I will do the same way, because less than 10% after writing this paper then will answer the call on the next day when policemen will ask them to do something. So it's quite usual. Second, for example, someone broke in your flat or in your office, and you have a broken door or something like this. You will expect that someone will come and make photos. Yes, but policemen will say, okay, please seal the office or seal the flat, do not use it, and we will come, and you will ask when you will come, and you will think maybe they will come in 2 hours or maybe 4 hours. They will say in 30 days if nothing urgent happens. But our chief could extend this term up to 30 days more. So in the worst case, you will be visited by police in 90 days. Do you have such a time? Do not live in a flat or do not work in an office? No. So yes, it's very useful to see movies if you want to live in science fiction world.
Well, yeah, it's actually might be quite funny while you spend, I would say, like 60 days in a row just like waiting for someone to arrive and literally found nothing. And when we look into the sources of like how can you extract, or someone else, let's say investigator, would extract the information, obviously there might be like a different things, and maybe there also might be some, I would say, unusual things to find the places. Like for example, at certain point of time, I was giving myself like a little quiz and trying to figure out like if let's say I have a flat and I want to know like who exactly was there, like what exactly I would look, and I would was trying to look into some unusual places. Like for example, if there is a vacuum cleaner, so someone might be, like connecting to it, or maybe they're like different hairs, or like trash, or there might be like another thing, like someone might be connecting to the access point. Let's say, like you could keep all of the logs and make sure that you detect a device. So if you try to, I would say, squeeze everything from all of the subjects in the area, like how you should approach to it, like what exactly you should look into, and how you should keep all of this information.
You know, I will tell you several stories. First, my second wife, she asked me to give some money, and I gave her, I don't know exactly, maybe $3,000 to $5,000 before her birthday, and she wants to buy some food to meet girls and to sit all together in a restaurant to make it funny. And she take her bag and goes to the shop, and suddenly her money were stolen. I came to the shop because it was center of the Kiev, and I asked chief of security of the shop to show me cam recordings, and for sure he showed me. And we find the moment when my wife's money were stolen, and we see even the picture of this man, but then we were trying to find him in database, but it didn't help. So you have the moment, but you have no one to be answering for this. It's first example. Second example, I have been several times to different factories and plants where gates were broken, and even heavy, I don't know, is it right to say tractor? It's okay to say tractors were used to
Tractor is good, yeah.
destroy some walls and something like this. And also we have video cameras, but people were wearing a balaclava. Is it okay to say balaclava?
Yes, balaclava.
Balaclava, and so you have a video recording, but you have no signs how to determine who is the owner of these lorries and tractors and who wearing these balaclavas. So yes, you will have a criminal case about obstacles, but not about persons. And third, for example, you will say that your client, your customer, steal your mobile phone or something like this. If this phone was switched off or put in, I don't remember how to say, фольга, foil.
Foil.
If you will cover the phone in oil or put in some special cage, so-called Fahrenheit cage, not Fahrenheit,
Faraday.
Faraday cage. Yeah, thank you. So this gadget will not issue any signal and couldn't be found. And then you will say to police, please find, and they will say, okay, we wait for the signal. But in reality, no one waits for the signal. It will be checked just if you will ask, okay, come on, guys, do you find my iPad or my Android or something like this? And they will say, okay, I will check. They will check 1 or 2 times, but they have too many cases to discover, so they will not spend time just looking to your video cameras, recording, and to find the signal of your phone. So everything what you'll see about court, about police, about police station is false in the movies.
Well, it's actually getting more sad and sad because it feels that, you might be collecting all of the data, you might be probably real literally like handing it to the hands of the justice, but yet it might be not efficient. So then I probably will change my question and ask like how you still can act like while you can get all of the information needed. And what about the action points? Like how do you make sure to put this into the motion and to make the justice prevail?
Yesterday, it was a case. One logistic company was attacked by American gremlins, this hacker group, and all of their data were encrypted. And they asked me to help them. I came to the office, and there was a demand of 50 bitcoins to be paid for encrypting, and this will be like 500 million rubles. Maybe you will find in the internet. It's now it's open freely. I say to these guys, never pay this ransom because you have no guarantee that you will get this program which could encrypt. And when we start to work with this, there were a lot of policemen and so on. This is half government company, and I was showing to the policemen several ways how to find those guys and some of points which could be used. And this policeman asked me, could you please write it down, but do not put your signature. We will show it as our actions. It was done like by us. And I asked him, come on, guys, I will do it. But do you have any clue how long it would take to find someone who is responsible? And they say, in our memory, no one was punished for such crimes. So yes, we will fill the paper, but you could slightly say to the owners that there is no chance that we will write to embassy or to someone else. Or for example, another case, I was meeting one family, and their girl swallowed a piece of glass which was hidden in the bottle of squeezed juice, and they asked me if it is possible to make subpoena. Is it okay to say subpoena?
Subpoena if you want to open the data, or acquisition if you want
Yes,
to blame someone.
acquisition. Yes, acquisition and subpoena for doctors, for chirurgist. It's okay to say chirurgist, surgeries.
Chirurgist, surgeon.
Surgeon, yes, and to the producer of this juice. And we also were writing a lot of papers, and I hired several companies with which have the state of lawyers, but nothing happens. Now it goes for almost 3 years, and this girl now have several external surgeries, and her stomach was cut in several pieces and then assembled again. She has no chance to be as usual person, and when he even sitting on the chair, she should use some special kind, I don't know how to say, but it seems like to be a rubber donut. Такое специальное кольцо. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, like a specific rubber cushion
Rubber
or
cushion,
support.
so part of the stomach and everything which goes up to the end of the body is cutted by this piece. So half of the internal organs are now missed in this girl's, and he couldn't sit on her own legs, just with special devices. And everyone see how it goes, but no one can help. No policemen, no special, I don't know how to say, supervision entities.
Supervision entities also could be good.
Okay.
Then my last question will be how knowing about criminology could help to make this world a better place.
You know, there is two cases or two ways how to see to criminology. First, do not step on the path of criminals, because some people think that if I will sometime break the law, nothing will happen. But you know, even in my house, I live in the middle of the Moscow. I don't know exactly, but once a year we have someone to be coached, for example, for drug dealing. You know, some old women's which are quite poor, they are forced to make this, and they hide some kind of drugs in garbage bins and something like this, and sometimes they will be coached. Second, you should understand if you will be attacked by knife or by something like this, or even a gun, you should understand how to protect yourself, because if you will override your rights, you will be punished the same way as criminal.
And we review the skill of criminology and how it could be helpful to you. Stay in peace.